Vacations can go wrong in so many ways. You could miss your flight. You could get robbed by a gay homeless man. You could run into a street worker. We both been there, right? How much? I don't know. You're gonna have to ask her. Nah, I meant you. Whoa, wait. So I was on a trip in Chicago with my girlfriend at the time, and we were on our way back to our hotel after a long day of sightseeing. But thanks to someone, we ended up taking the wrong bus. It was my fault. A bus pulls up, and I say with my chin up high and my chest puffed out, "This is our bus." This bus ends up taking us in the complete opposite direction of where we needed to go, to the sketchy area where there's more homeless people than there are lights on. I told my girlfriend, just wait, the bus is gonna make a U-turn any minute now. Yeah, no, the bus kept going further and further away from our hotel, and shadier people kept entering the bus. So after like 10 minutes of being delusionally hopeful, we decided to get off at the next bus stop. But of course, we checked the time schedule and see that our bus isn't going to come for another 30 minutes. So now we have to wait here in the dark and pray we don't get robbed. It's not like I had money anyways. I'd probably end up asking the robber for money. Some time passes, then this random lady walks over and just stands there. Based on her outfit, we just assumed she was going to the club or something like that. Not a single word was spoken, but there was still this awkward tension. Then she starts looking at me like I was some sack of meat on sale. Pretty sure that makes me a victim. Luckily, my girlfriend noticed too, and she stepped in between us like I was some damsel in distress, because I sure as hell wasn't gonna do anything about it. Yeah, my girl didn't play no games. Earlier that day, we were eating at a restaurant and it was empty, until these two girls walked in. They get their food, and despite every table being available, they sat right next to us. A little weird, but it's whatever. I was too hungry to care. After we left, my girlfriend told me she kept catching one of the girls constantly looking over at me, twirling her hair and shit, but I was too busy stuffing my face to even notice. She wasn't gonna let that slide though. She started feeding me and squeezing me as a way to not so discreetly tell this girl to fuck off. And I'm just there thinking, damn, she must really like me. If my girl ain't like this, then I don't want her. Anywho, the lady just smiles and walks over across the street. You know, I don't want to keep calling her the lady, so instead we'll call her Scabita. I thought to myself, kinda weird, Scabita's not waiting at the bus stop. I mean, what else could she be doing this late into the night wearing such revealing clothes? And then she bent over to pick something up just as my girlfriend was looking over. What's wrong? She's not wearing any underwear, and I just saw her turkey sandwich. Well, now we know what she's doing out here. Even after all of that, our bus still hasn't shown up, but someone else did show up. We see this guy drive up to her, and just like a bus, he had a load he wanted to drop off to. We obviously couldn't hear what they were saying, but we see her pointing to the darker area of the street where there is no light, and then he starts driving towards that area. She looks over at us, and then starts walking over to the same direction that guy went. Me and my girlfriend just stood there shooketh at what we were witnessing. 5 minutes later, she comes back in a wheelchair. Because you know what they say, once you go black, you're gonna need a wheelchair. No, I'm kidding. She was fine. But she did come back after like 5 minutes. Easy, quick money, I guess. Maybe I should try out this job. Thankfully, our bus finally arrived, and we were just so relieved to get out of that sketchy street and into this sketchy bus to finally go back to our hotel. She waved at us goodbye as we left. Now, I like to end my videos with a lesson or some sort of soul-lifting wisdom, but I got nothing. Just, stay in school and help me blow up on YouTube so I don't become a prostitute.